After the 2021 season, the Cincinnati Reds decided that they were going to blow up their roster and go into a rebuilding era. The Reds would make the offseason a fire sale as they traded off almost all their key players, including Sonny Gray, Jesse Winker, and Eugenio Suarez. They'd also lose Nick Castellanos in free agency to the Philadelphia Phillies. The roster was stripped down to just about nothing and had very little value. In the 2022 season, the Reds played just about like everyone expected, as they were the third worst team in the National League. They had the second worst OPS plus in the league at 83, and their pitching wasn't much better, as they had the sixth worst ERA plus and second worst FIP, and they would sell off even more talent at last year's deadline by trading their best pitcher last season, Luis Castillo, who had a 157 ERA plus, and Brandon Drury, who was their second best hitter, who had a 128 OPS plus. They also had some disappointing seasons from some guys who were expected to be some of the top bats in their lineup in Jonathan India and Joey Votto, but they also had one of the brightest players on their team in Tyler Stevenson, who as a catcher posted a 130 OPS plus. They also got some of their young pitchers to display their skills as well, including Nick Lodolo, who posted a 122 ERA plus, and Hunter Green, who was the Reds' #1 prospect before the season, who ended up with a 101 ERA plus. And you can't mention the 2022 Reds without bringing up their surprising top-tier season out of Alexis Diaz, who became a top closer in the MLB, posting a 2.44 ERA plus and a 1.84 ERA, only allowing 18 runs in 63 1/3 innings, with only 13 of those being earned runs. Despite some of the young players looking to have huge seasons in 2023, everyone expected the Reds to be in yet another rebuilding season, but they have flipped the script completely compared to their 2022 season. The Reds didn't start the season very hot, as on May 25th they had a record of 21-29, but after May 25th, this team would turn their entire franchise around, as they have gone 25-10, which included a 12-game win streak. Looking at this offense this season, the entire offense is geared around their rookies that includes Matt McLain, Spencer Steer, and Elly De La Cruz. These three could have all been very good odds to win NL Rookie of the Year any other season if it wasn't for Corbin Carroll, who has been an MVP candidate out in Arizona, but McLain is still posting a 135 OPS plus with 7 homers and 1.7 R-WAR. Steer has a 128 OPS plus with 14 homers and 1.8 R-WAR, and Elly De La Cruz has posted .4 R-WAR since being called up on June 6th and has 108 OPS plus as well. They also have their R-WAR leader in TJ Friedl, who's having a great season posting 2.2 WAR and a 125 OPS plus, and they also have another rookie in Will Benson, who in 39 games does have a 118 OPS plus, along with Jake Fraley, who has been destroying right-handed pitching all year long, posting a 117 OPS plus. This offense is the 7th highest scoring in the MLB, and that is mostly due to them having the 4th best on-base percentage in the MLB, but they struggle to hit the ball for much power as they have a below-league average ISO at 158, and they have the 9th least homers in the league at 89. Despite this being a big flaw in the offense, I think this is what makes this offense so lethal, as in a game where they aren't getting much power, they still find ways to manufacture runs, and if the team gets hot and finds a power stroke, they could very easily be one of the best offenses in baseball. As for the pitching, this has been the part of the team that isn't as promising as the offense, as they have the 4th worst ERA in the league at 4.98 and the 5th worst xFIP at 4.66. They also give up the 4th most hits, 4th most walks, and 4th most home runs in the league. The holes are almost all in the starting rotation, as they are very injury riddled, as they currently have 3 pitchers on the IL, which includes Nick Lodolo on the 60-day IL and Hunter Green and Ben Lively on the 15-day IL. They have had a surprising season from rookie Andrew Abbott, who has a 3.99 ERA plus in 6 starts and 37 innings, but he is the only starting pitcher currently healthy that has an ERA plus above 100. With how disappointing the starting pitchers have been, the bullpen has been the complete opposite. They do have a slightly below league average bullpen ERA at 4.02, but out of all qualified pitchers with at least 30 innings pitched, the Reds have 5 bullpen arms that have at least a 135 ERA plus, and that also includes Alexis Diaz, who's having another great season posting a 226 ERA plus, and he is tied for the most saves in the MLB at 24, while the Reds as a team have 31 saves, which is second in the MLB. All of these stats lead to the Reds having a 46-39 record and being tied for the first place in the NL Central. And with the way the team is currently performing, it seems that they could be buyers at this year's deadline and could try for a playoff push. I think what is most important for this team is finding some more starting pitching and also hoping that some of their starting pitchers can get healthy, which could really help this team a ton and make them a really scary team down the stretch and maybe even into the playoffs. With that being said, I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. If you did, make sure to like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace out.